guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know I'm a little bit up close and personal, but y'all know that's how I like to talk to you guys. So today I thought we would talk a little bit about how to start a YouTube channel and what kind of supplies you will need, especially if you want your channel to resemble mine in a way that you are doing a lot of like plan with me kinds of videos, a lot of videos where you're not really like up close and personal like this, but you're kind of like behind the scenes showing a lot of your hands. Pretty much if you are a planner and you're looking to start a YouTube channel about planning. So I thought we would talk about that today. So let's get started. So you'll hear a lot about what you need to start a YouTube channel and this and that and everything else. So aside from how you get monetized, because a lot of people will make that a huge deal and that can be a deal breaker for some people, but I always hear a lot of people telling other people, you know, the reasons why they shouldn't start a YouTube channel, or even and in that it's always about how it may take them a long time to get monetized, which is pretty true, but I'm not really here to talk about that today. I'm here to talk more so about the equipment and the supplies that you actually need to start a planner YouTube channel. I don't really know if there are other videos out there similar to this. I'm sure that there are, but this is going to be from my perspective and what I used and what I had when I started my YouTube channel. So the very first thing that you'll need, and it's actually the only real thing that you'll need, you will need a camera of some sort. Now, that does not have to be a fancy camera like mine. I have since upgraded to this fancy camera, but when I started I had an iPhone 6s. I still have an iPhone 6s, but I was filming all of my videos on my iPhone 6s. It actually worked out that pretty fine because the iPhone 6s, as well as other iPhones and other cameras out there, shoot in 4K, which is really good quality for a camera on a phone especially. So if you have an iPhone of any sort, start there, and you'll hear about that, hear about kind of just starting what you have whenever you watch videos about how to start a YouTube channel overall. But I'm talking about planning videos, or just, you know, videos that are similar to mine where you're showing a lot of your hands. If you just have a phone, you're going to be fine. If you have any other kind of little camera, any other kind of like shoot and point, I think is what they're called, or any other kind of camera, you're going to be just fine. If you just have your phone, use your phone to start, because in the grand scheme of things, you don't need any kind of fancy camera to film a plan with me video whatsoever. Now, I'll tell you what you might invest in if you don't have it already. So I have no natural light in here. I actually only have this light on above me, and it is not bright whatsoever. Like, I almost might as well not have it on. I don't have any other lighting going on. I just have this light, and I do have my window here, which I have white panels and white blinds to kind of like bring in some light, or try to, but I don't have good lighting. There are trees and everything behind here, and it's not good lighting whatsoever. But I do try to film during the day so that I do have some lighting. Now, if you don't have a lot of natural lighting, you can invest in some kind of studio light. I don't recommend a ring light if you're doing a lot of like plan with me kinds of videos, because you'll always see that reflection from the ring light, typically, unless you have it at like a certain kind of angle. I do recommend like this box studio light, which is what I have, and I find that as like when it illuminates, it is more so, it's kind of more natural. And you can even change the bulbs. If you buy some kind of like studio lights like mine, you can change the bulbs out to like some more natural lighting, you know, like some more natural bulbs and all of that. So I recommend natural lighting if you have it. If not, you may invest in a studio light of some sort. I will link the ones that I have down below in the description box. Now, I've said this before, when I did my film with me setup video, my newest one, I do have two lights. I rarely use this light. There's a light behind me. I think you can see some of it. Yeah, that's it. I rarely use that. I will use the one that's in front of me typically, but I sometimes don't even use that either. So if I can catch, you know, if I can start filming like like normally I do a lot of my videos on the weekends when I'm not at like my full-time job. So if I can do that and catch some like better sunlight, I'll try to do that and not use my studio lights whatsoever, but that's not always the case. So sometimes like if it's dark or something, I try to use these studio lights, but for the most part I really only use one. Now I bought these in a pack of 2, but I'm pretty sure you can purchase them separately. I would recommend doing that. I don't even use this one back here, and again, I have a dark room. It's not well lit. I don't have a lot of natural light, so I'm pretty much doing fine with just one. So if you don't have any natural lighting, you may invest in just one studio light. The next thing that you will need is your planner and your pencil or your pen or whatever equipment that you already have. And those are the 3 things that I say that you need starting out. So chances are you already have a phone with a decent camera. You may have a room that's well lit, so you don't need to purchase any studio lights, and you probably already have a planner and a pencil and paper. You don't necessarily need anything else to start out. Now, as time goes on, you can invest. For me, there was no way in the world, I gotta put emphasis on that I was going to purchase a single thing for my YouTube channel before I started making YouTube videos, because what if I didn't have any subscribers, or what if nobody cared about what I was talking about? Then I would have wasted that money. Or of course you can sell it and try to recoup some of your money, but there was no way possible I was investing a single cent into my YouTube channel. I have since invested. I do have a new film with me video that I will try to link down in the description box if I don't forget. And I have studio lights, I have a camera, I have a fancy $125 tripod, I have a memory card, I have a microphone, I have a new desk and all kinds of more fancy stuff now, but you don't need any of that when you're starting out. I actually did a lot of my plan with me videos on the floor, seriously. Well, it wasn't so much plan with me videos. I was doing it was already set up. So when I was showing my budget planner, I kind of already set it up and I was walking you guys through it. So it wasn't me planning, but those are really the things that you need when you're starting out. As far as how you can film that, you actually don't really need a tripod either, which is why I left that out, but I'm going to share why I feel you don't really need a tripod starting out, because I know someone will ask. If you have a phone and you have some books or something, I can't really show you now because I'm not demonstrating things currently, but you can really rig that up or make your own makeshift tripod. You don't necessarily have to have a tripod. For example, if you stack some books up and you have your phone tilted over with the camera facing down, you could technically get by doing it like that. So that's why I didn't say anything about a tripod, because I honestly don't think that you need one starting out. And a lot of my videos, even in the beginning, I didn't even have a tripod. So I would do the planning setup or the budget planner setup or whatever, and then I would just come show how I did that. So I didn't really have a tripod in the beginning, so that's why I didn't really want to touch on that. But I did want to share my thoughts about that. So I don't think you need a tripod, but if you do want to purchase one, I definitely recommend getting a cheaper one. It's probably going to fall apart. It's probably, like mine did, it's probably not going to last a long time. It's not probably going to be too sturdy, but in the grand scheme of things, you don't want to invest a lot of money into a channel, especially a planner channel. I feel the planner videos and stuff are in a league of their own because they only cater to a certain audience. So you definitely don't want to invest a lot of money into your YouTube channel until you either start making some money or you just feel confidently that you just want, you have an audience and you want to start, putting a little bit more effort or just making your videos of better quality. So again, those are pretty much the only things you need. In the beginning, I didn't even edit my videos, which is why I did not touch on that, because I didn't really know how to edit. I didn't really care to edit. I didn't even want to spend time editing if my channel wasn't going to grow. iMovie is doing the job for me. There's one editing software that I have in mind, but it's a couple $100s. So one day I will upgrade to that, but until then I am using iMovie. Now, let's talk about what else you might need when you're starting a YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure that's it. Again, if you're going to invest in anything, it would be a $20 studio light, $30 studio light, and a $10 tripod, because that's just what I would recommend. If we're going to talk about things that I don't think that you need starting a YouTube channel, which I kind of talked about that a little bit, I would say this is something that I hear all the time. All the time. I hear that you need to have thick skin when you're starting a YouTube channel. Now, I don't believe that at all. I do not even consider that one of the things that you need. You don't need thick skin to start a YouTube channel. Now, you probably need thick skin in life, but chances are the YouTubers out there, as long as you're not saying anything offensive or anything like that, your subscribers out there, I should say, as long as you're not saying anything offensive or just putting out poor, quality videos or just not good content, you're not going to get too many more negative things than you would in real life. Like, I've heard it all in real life. I've been called a bunch of things. I have not experienced that much hate and all of that on YouTube. I've gotten a few different comments here and there, some that were really baffling. But I mean, it's no more than, I've been doing live for 20-something years and I've only been on YouTube for a few months. So I mean, it's not gonna, the few comments that you get on YouTube are likely not going to compare to the comments that you probably have gotten in real life. So that's one of my pet peeves, actually, is when people are thinking about starting a YouTube channel and other people come out the woodwork and they're like, well, you need thick skin, you should really have thick skin, you should really have thick skin. I mean, the comments from strangers aren't going to be that much worse than the comments from the people that you know in real life. So that's just how I feel about that. Other things that you don't really need, like I said, I kind of pointed out what you do need, and I kind of pointed out a little bit of the things that you don't need. And other things that I think you don't really need, a lot of fancy equipment and stuff, I kind of already said that already. I don't think that, that's pretty much it that that's all that I can really think of off of the top of my head. Now, I do want to spend just a few minutes talking about, my experience on YouTube, or just giving some more little tips and tricks as you start out. I wholeheartedly believe that if you have a desire to start a YouTube channel, you should start a YouTube channel. I never had a desire to start a YouTube channel until I was asked by a lot of people to start a YouTube channel, or not really to start a YouTube channel, but just to show how I was using my budget planner. I didn't really feel right like flooding the video section of some of the planner groups that I'm in, like posting videos all the time. Like, you know how you post a post or a picture? I didn't really feel right like flooding that with videos. So I was like, well, obviously YouTube is somewhere where I can like share that and people can go see it if they want to. So I think that if you have a desire, you should definitely act on it and start your YouTube channel. The worst thing that could possibly happen is that nobody watches your channel, and if that happens, you're back to square one, or you stay at square one, which isn't the end of the world. It's not the end of the world if you never become YouTube famous, or you never have a popular YouTube channel, or whatever the case is. It's not that big of a deal. I always say, try it or ask. If you're told no, then you were already basically told no anyway. So that's just pretty much how I feel about things. Just give things a try, and you know that you at least tried. So it's always good to at least try. So those are really just like my little introductory tips to starting a YouTube channel. I have a wealth of knowledge, I feel like. Not in comparison to like other people who have been on YouTube for years, but I do have a lot about like the whole startup thing. You guys can feel free to comment down below. Feel free to message me. Follow me on Instagram at Shay Budgets. My husband is on Instagram as well at Mr. Budgets, M-I-S-T-E-R. I love interacting with you guys on Instagram. It's so weird because I've been fighting starting an Instagram for like ever. I finally started one, and I just love when you guys message me or comment. I just like the interacting on there so much better than YouTube. YouTube is a little bit difficult to like have like a real conversation. So definitely, if you have any questions, some of you have already done so about this, message me on Instagram. I will share everything that I have to share. That is all that I have for today. I hope that you guys learned from this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow when I do some plan with me videos. Bye guys.